What does "the days will be shortened" mean? And why did Jesus say it? Imagine a time when the events taking place on Earth become so terrifying that people no longer know what tomorrow will bring. This is exactly what Jesus warned his disciples about when he spoke of the last days. In Matthew chapter 24, we find these mysterious words, "And unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened." But what does the phrase, "the days will be shortened," actually mean? At first glance, it may seem that Jesus was saying that ordinary days would become physically shorter. However, in the context of the entire chapter, he was not speaking about the length of a 24-hour day. Jesus was speaking about the time of the Great Tribulation, a period of unprecedented suffering and testing. He was essentially saying that if this period were allowed to continue without limit, humanity would not survive it. And here comes the most important part. For the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. This means that even in the darkest period of human history, there is a limit established by God. Evil will not be given endless power. Suffering will not continue forever. God has determined a moment when it will all come to an end. And that is a very important truth. When people look at the modern world, wars, fear, cruelty, crises, and constant anxiety, it can seem as though chaos is growing stronger every day. But Jesus' words remind us of something important. History has not slipped out of God's control. Even when evil appears to have won, it has a boundary. Jesus did not tell his disciples, "Do not be afraid because difficult times will never come." On the contrary, he warned them that difficult times would come. But along with the warning, he also gave hope. They will not last forever. And that is why this verse causes us to think not only about the future of the world, but also about our own lives. Because the most important question is not how long those days will last. The most important question is, will we be ready for the moment when it all ends and Christ returns? And if Jesus truly warned humanity in advance, perhaps these words were not spoken simply to frighten us, but so that we would wake up, reflect on our lives, and prepare ourselves.